After lunch, we will have an interesting session which is related to policy planning, because during lunchtime and just before I came to the podium, we were discussing about policy environment and how it was changing edible oil industry. The same issue people were discussing when you were bumping into each other's group and during lunchtime. Okay, what should be the policy environment for pulses? Because there are two important challenges which we have to look at. One is how to increase the productivity. If you are talking of productivity, then as we have seen in the morning, Honorable Minister mentioned very clearly that R&D is required. Whatever R&D is available, how it should be transmitted to the farmers, and how that scientific innovations or information can be used for increase in productivity. So when there is an intent, what is actually the policy? Policy is basically the intent of the government. Now, government on one side is willing to focus on productivity issues in pulses. That is the intent. That is very clearly emerged during the inaugural session. But how to go about it? I think that is where inputs from our experts and you all is required because of your practical experience. Krishi Bhavan can definitely draft a note, but as Mr. Jindal was mentioning in the morning, why don't you take our input also? So I think such forums like today we are here is an important platform where all of you can share your experience, which can be, led by the technical session. How government should go about framing policies for pulses sector on various aspects, which you feel can be important. So to discuss that, we have three important panelists today. One is Shri Khalil Rahim, Director STC. He will be discussing import planning and logistics management as an effective tool in price control. Mr. Khalil is a mechanical engineer with more than 2 decades of varied experience in Indian petroleum sector. He is currently pursuing his doctorate in business administration, has manned key positions in various refineries in the country. Subsequently elevated to the board of STC, where he was responsible for marketing initiatives of STC and agro commodities ranging from rice, pulses, wheat, sugar, etc. Import of coal for thermal power plants, and whole lot of businesses worth 15,000 crores. So what we are looking forward is that with Mr. Rahim's experience, that how this initially I say outsider, but with experience of STC, the person who has managed both marketing side, I'm sure with this experience he can give us insight that what is required to be changed in policy environment to promote pulses business in India. And that input, I'm sure, is going to be exciting. Then better planning for sustained increase in availability. We'll request Dr. Satish Chandra from ISEP to share that experience, because ISEP is working a lot on sustainable or CSR type of models for various corporates. And soil health is a very important aspect to ensure sustainability. What about water? And what about genetic profile or viability of seed when we don't have seed replacement as a common principle in Indian agriculture, especially among small farmers? How to ensure sustainability? That is also a very serious issue. And then we will have an interesting presentation from my friend Arun Goyal, who looks after what is happening worldwide. His antennas are like BBC and CNN, looking into what is happening where. So what we are looking at is an interesting session, and my request to audience is, don't think that your experience and your knowledge is of no use. That is extremely useful, provided you share. If you are restricting your experience and knowledge within yourself, then how do we know you know the subject? Please express so that we can gain from your experiences. And that is where this forum is required. Otherwise, people can sit on a coffee table and discuss between two of them, but we need your input as well. So may I request Mr. Khalil Rahim to join us? Welcome, sir.